Alright everybody, this is my 55 gallon that's sitting in my living room. It is my community tank. I am currently going to produce a very quick and dirty ways to save video after I get this started. I'm going to, this is a different project which I'll post online as well. This is going to get a very deep gravel vacuum, water change, and rearrange. There's a lot of things I like about this, but if you notice hold on, there we go, okay, if you notice the plants in the very center of the tank, those two plants are actually water sprite. They're not doing very well. So I'm actually going to try and move them over to the left side. If you notice, one of my shades stays down all the time. The other is backing out. Because if you notice that little thing on the very edge, right about, let's see if I can point to it in the camera. Probably not. Ooh, Lord. Like right under where my finger is. That's actually a bird feeder. I like watching them. My cats like watching them too. So, again, I'm going to rearrange. Because of all the other things I have to do today, it's going to be done in little bits and pieces. You'll notice the two breeder boxes that are suction cupped to the side near the top. One of them has my fancier guppies that are just a mix. I've got a tank I'm going to put those in. And the other one actually has my koi guppies. So they're going to actually stay in that breeder box, but I'm probably going to move the breeder box to another tank. Until I have their official tank set up and ready. So I have a lot of things planned, just so as you're looking across. I don't think I'm going to remove anything out of here. I might trim up some of the plants so they'll look a little different. But really all I have my valve in that far right corner that goes all the way to the top and scoops over. I have a couple dwarf sags. That's in the front. It's hard to see in this picture. Ooh, what? Hold on a sec. Okay. Little button got hit. Sorry about that. I do have two Amazon swords that I've been concerned with. I don't know if they're doing very well, so they'll get moved around. And there's my cat again. Yes, Luca, I hear you. I know. Hush, hush. The big driftwood on the left-hand side, that's actually probably going to go in the middle part. That one's probably going to look a little different when I'm done, because I'm going to trim up that Anubis that I've got living on it. So, again, it's, a very deep gravel. Things are going to get rearranged. I'm going to actually be taking the fish out. At least I'm going to try. Some of these are a little tricky, i.e. Danios. But I'm going to try and get them out. And rearranged, refilled, etc. Probably even going to clean out the canister filter that's underneath. Because I think I've had this tank going for about 4 or 5 months. And it'll probably be a good thing to just rinse that part out. So, that's what my day looks like. Who wants to come help? Alright guys, so I'll show little videos or snippets here and there of how everything is progressing with this 55. I just won't keep it running, the camera, the entire time, because I will be taking breaks, switching things up, etc., because I have a lot to do. Thank you. Video 2. Well, I've gotten about 4, maybe, I think, of buckets of water out. Keep in mind, right now I'm mainly working on cleaning the glass, not all the way, because guys, I do have 5 Plecos. So the glass cleaning is not like a huge issue. I just want to get some of the hair algae out. I've gotten the guppies moved to their tank appropriately. You don't see it, but the big wood piece is in a bucket. Some of the other plants are in a bucket. The Plecos are gonna... I've got 2 Plecos put away already. And I think I just spotted another fry. I'll have to take a look at that. Because, yeah, guys, if I spot a fry, I'm stopping. I'm trying to pull it out. Or it could have just been a shadow. I don't know. I will investigate. It probably was a shadow. Again, I'm going to be doing some rearranging. The valves in the right corner, I am not removing. I'm not taking those puppies out because they don't like it. I will be moving some of the rocks around them. They have larger rocks. Because in the decor change, I'll be rearranging a bit of that. Here, once I get the water level down enough to suit me, I'm going to start working on getting all these fish out as best as I can, which is not going to be easy with these valves, but I think I have a plan. Alright, I'm going to end it now. Take 3. Alright, so as you notice, the water's lower. I've taken a couple more buckets out, and I got the fish out. As you could tell, that's a piece of that plastic craft mesh that I use to kind of move over as I scoop out fish. You could definitely get them out when they don't have 3 feet to wander. A little easier. But it's still tough. I've got some really... I've got some that... I mean, the Plecos were the easiest. I got those out with no problems. And then, surprisingly, I was able to get all the Danios out, which you would think they would be hard, but they like to still continue to school. So granted, I only have 5. I'm actually hoping some of these fry I've been seeing in this tank are Danio, some more of the Danios, we'll see. I've got them in another tank right now to grow out. We'll figure out what they are. Then I've got my swordtails. Oh dear Lord, those were rough. And I felt bad. I've got, I think 7 of them? 1 male and 1 definite female. And the rest are growing out. 5 from a female I had when I first got them that died after giving birth. So we'll see how all that goes. And then what was really my hardest were my, I think they're Bodia loaches. I don't know how to pronounce them. They're also called like angelic loaches, polka dot loaches. They have different names. Those are some wiry guys, and they're big. They're actually my 2 biggest fish in the tank, but they were wiry. Well, besides the Plecos. The Plecos might be bigger. But yeah, so I've got them out. I'm going to sit for a minute here, kind of relax my back before I work on... I'm going to remove one of these heaters. I don't know which one yet, but then I'm also going to clean the heaters because, of course, they have algae that's been growing on them. And then I am going to do my scaping as I wanted. And then start putting it all back together. Wish me luck. I think this is number 4. I've got it arranged. I'm refilling it with water now. I don't know how happy I will be. If you notice now in the left corner, I put some Pleco caves in there, and there's a little bit of non-gravel parts. We're just gonna see how it all winds up looking. I don't know. Again, my main thing this time around was just to do a really deep gravel vac and move a few plants around that weren't doing so well. So we shall see. It's going to take a while for that water to fill, but once it does, then I'll condition it, put the fish back in, and we'll see how they like the new setup. Alright, I put the fish back in. I've got it filled up. Again, it wasn't my goal to remove all the algae because I do have 5 Bristol nose Plecos and I think a common Pleco in here. So it wasn't my goal to remove all the algae because that's what they eat. I did do some rearranging. I have spotted 2 of my Plecos within minutes already in those caves I added again that you see right there on the left side. It's gonna, you know, take some time, etc., for those to season appropriately. But I am pretty darn excited. There's still some stuff floating. You know, unless I stripped it all and started with fresh, brand new plants, this is what it's gonna be. I do have it more heavily planted on the right hand side, which was a goal of mine. I want to be able to easily see out my window. You know, can I lift that shade at times to give that more light? Yeah, but I've got a perfectly fine light here that should work fine to provide all the light these plants need. They don't need the sunlight, and that was another reason. My water sprite wasn't doing well, so I'm hoping it will do better here now that it's fully in front of the light. Maybe that might help. Alright, I'm actually pretty happy with it as it is. I gave it about a half hour for all the stuff to settle once I turned the filters back on. And again, I just put them in and sat down. During the course of me cleaning and moving everything, I did find like 5 more fry that I did move into another tank. I'm going to be interested to see what they turn out to be. Who knows? At this point, there's a chance they could be swordtails. There's a chance they could be Danios. And there's also the chance that, hey, maybe the guppy fry were so small they went through that netting of the breeder. Who knows? So it's just going to be interesting to see. There you have that common Pleco that just came up on the glass. I'm going to, at least I think it's a common Pleco. I don't know. I adopted him. But I literally have like 2 of the Bristol nose inside those caves. One is like in between a cave and a rock, which was my goal in the way I stacked those rocks. I know it looks weird, but my goal was for them to use that as well. That corner was specifically designed for the Plecos. So I think I'm quite happy. Now I just gotta watch and make sure everybody does fine. I know some of the fish were pretty stressed. I think the Plecos were fine. They didn't care. They're such, you know, lackadaisical kind of animals. So let's just see what winds up happening with everybody else. This should be my last video. I think this was number 5 of the series. Toodles. I am not sure, guys, but we might have breeding action here. God, I know you got a glare from the light behind, but there's actually 2. 2 of the Plecos are in this cave. Oh, who's coming out? Let's see. Is somebody coming out? No, no, maybe going back in. Maybe they're both chillaxing. See that tail? How it firms up and kind of shoots to the side. Yep, one of the males, because you see a female's right over there. I've got two breeding females and a male. Oh, not even 2 hours after doing this, folks. And listen, I stole this idea for these caves from, I think first it came out on Greg Long's channel, and then Aquarium Co-op. These are these funny little terracotta waterers. I got a good deal for them on eBay, actually. Oh my god. I don't know. But that's breeding action. So look, we're going to let the lovebirds have a little privacy.